Nurse Sam was on the night shift, making her rounds in the dimly lit corridors of the hospital. The night was quiet, except for the occasional beeping of machines and the distant murmurs of other nurses. As she walked past a room, she noticed a young girl, no older than 10, playing cards by herself on her hospital bed. The girl looked lonely and sad, and something about the scene tugged at Sam's heart. She decided to approach the girl, hoping to brighten her evening. "Hi," Sam said softly, her voice filled with an awkward hesitation. It was always hard for her to talk to new people. She often felt nervous and unsure of herself. The girl looked up, her eyes reflecting a mix of sadness and curiosity. "Hi," she responded quietly. "I've noticed you have some strange cards over here." "I've never seen anything like this," Sam continued, trying to strike up a conversation. She felt a bit more confident as she saw the girl's interest piqued. "That's because they're special," the girl explained, a hint of excitement creeping into her voice. "These cards can tell about your past, present, and even future. Want to try it?" Sam smiled, glad to see the girl engaging. "Sure, let's try. So what do these cards tell you about me?" She sat on the edge of the girl's bed, eager to see what would happen next. "I'm Sam, by the way." "Lucy," the girl replied with a smile, shaking Sam's hand. She then opened her deck of cards and started shuffling them with practiced ease. "Ready?" Lucy asked, looking up at Sam with a mischievous grin. When Sam nodded, Lucy began placing the cards on the bed one by one. "The cards say that you are a shy person, who loves to help people," Lucy announced, making Sam chuckle. It was amusing to her how Lucy was trying to guess her personality based on the cards. "I guess the cards don't lie," Sam said, smiling. "What else?" Lucy continued, "It seems like you will be asked for help soon, and it's better for you to do it." Both of them laughed, understanding that Lucy was hinting at something. "I guess I have no choice then," Sam replied playfully. "What about you? What do the cards say about you?" Lucy's expression turned a bit sad. "That I am really ill and maybe I'm not going to get better anytime soon." Sam's heart ached at those words. "Did the cards tell you that? Or the doctors?" she asked nervously. "Both," Lucy said, her voice tinged with a resigned sadness. "But that's not so bad, you know. I almost finished my bucket list." "List?" Sam was surprised to hear that. But Lucy was excited to share. She showed her notebook with a dozen things to do written in it, and most of them had already been checked out. "Look. I've learned how to draw a flower, see?" She pointed her little finger, showing her drawing on the sidelines. Sam was giggling and smiling. The list looked so cute and pretty, with all these drawings and the different colors used in them. "I learned how to count to 10,000. I've read 111 books about love and lots of other things, all but one." Lucy suddenly became sad. Sam was touched by the bravery of this little girl. It seemed like nothing could break her, but at the same moment, she looked so vulnerable. Sam tried to remain cheerful for Lucy's sake, even though it was heartbreaking to hear. "Almost? What's left?" she asked, her voice gentle. "That's the part where I will need your help," Lucy said, her eyes brightening a little. "I used to dance a lot at parties, but it seems like I won't do it anymore. So I need you to do it for me." Lucy handed Sam an invitation to a luxurious party happening the next day. "Please do it for me. Finish the list, and I promise you won't regret it." Sam was taken aback. The invitation was real, and it was for a party she would never have had the chance to attend otherwise. It was a grand event, almost like a ball, meant for rich and influential people. "I am not sure I can," Sam stammered, struggling to find the right words. She didn't know how to refuse this heartfelt request. "Keep the invitation," Lucy insisted, her tone soft but firm. "I don't need it anymore. If you don't want to go, you can just sell it or get rid of it." Sam held the invitation, feeling the weight of Lucy's request. She knew how much this meant to the girl, and although she was scared and uncertain, she felt a sense of duty to honor Lucy's wish. Sam looked at Lucy's hopeful eyes and knew she couldn't let her down. "I'll think about it," Sam said finally, her voice filled with resolve. "But no promises, okay?" "Okay," Lucy agreed, her smile returning. "Thank you, Sam." As Sam left the room, she felt a mix of emotions: fear, uncertainty, and a deep desire to help Lucy fulfill her last wish. She knew that this was more than just a favor, it was a chance to bring a bit of joy to a girl's life, no matter how fleeting it might be. Sam entered the clothing shop, her heart pounding with anxiety. The store was filled with racks of elegant dresses, each one more beautiful and expensive-looking than the last. She felt out of place, like an intruder in a world that wasn't meant for her. The idea of attending a fancy party seemed so far removed from her everyday life as a nurse, where she wore simple uniforms and rarely had time for social events. Sam's eyes scanned the price tags as she wandered through the aisles. Each one made her stomach churn a little more. She had never spent this much money on clothes before, and the thought of using her hard-earned savings on a single dress felt overwhelming. "Is there anything I can help you with, miss?" a voice interrupted her thoughts. It was a store consultant, a tall man with a neat appearance. He gave her a once-over, his expression showing a hint of disdain as he took in her modest outfit. "I need a dress for a ball, but do you have any cheaper dresses?" Sam asked, her voice barely above a whisper. She felt her cheeks flush with embarrassment. "Cheaper dresses for a ball? Huh." The consultant smirked, pointing his arm towards the far end of the shop. "You might find something over there." With that, he turned and walked away, leaving Sam feeling even more out of place. Sam followed his directions and walked to the back of the store. There, among the less extravagant dresses, she saw it, a dress that, while not as fancy as the others, had a certain charm. It was a simple, elegant gown in a soft shade of blue, with delicate lace trim. Sam's heart lifted a little as she ran her fingers over the fabric. It was the only one she could afford, and to her, it was perfect. "It is the least I could do for Lucy," she murmured to herself, thinking of the young girl and her wish. Taking a deep breath, she picked up the dress and made her way to the checkout counter. As she waited in line, her mind raced with worries. She had never been to a party like this before. What if people laughed at her? What if she made a fool of herself? But then she remembered Lucy's hopeful face and her promise to help fulfill the girl's last wish. That thought gave her the courage she needed. As Sam stepped into the grand ballroom, her heart pounded in her chest. The room was filled with elegantly dressed people, all chatting and laughing, their jewels sparkling under the chandeliers. She felt completely out of place in her simple blue dress, which, though lovely to her, seemed plain compared to the extravagant gowns surrounding her. She could feel the weight of their stares, the judgment in their eyes. She took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. "Just remember why you're here," she whispered to herself. "This is for Lucy." But the discomfort wouldn't leave her. Every time she moved, it felt like all eyes were on her, scrutinizing her every step. As she made her way through the crowd, she overheard snippets of conversation. "Who is she?" one woman whispered to her friend. "I've never seen her before." Another woman, more bold, openly laughed at Sam's dress. "Did you see what she's wearing? Looks like something from a thrift shop." Sam's cheeks burned with embarrassment. She wanted nothing more than to turn around and run out the door. But she couldn't. She had made a promise to Lucy, and she intended to keep it. She tried to focus on the music, the beautiful decorations, anything to distract herself from the mocking whispers. When the music shifted to a slow, graceful waltz, the guests began to pair off and dance. Sam's heart sank. She had never learned how to dance properly. She had only seen it in movies and read about it in books. Her fear grew as she watched the elegant couples glide across the floor. Just as she was about to retreat to a quiet corner, a young man approached her. He had kind eyes and a warm smile. "Would you like to dance?" he asked, extending his hand. Sam hesitated. I don't know how to dance," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "That's all right," the man said gently. "I'll guide you." He introduced himself as Caleb and led her to the dance floor. As the music played, he guided her through the steps, his movements smooth and confident. Sam tried her best to follow, but she stumbled a few times, stepping on Caleb's feet. She could hear the snickers from the onlookers and felt her face flush with embarrassment. "I'm sorry," she mumbled, feeling tears prick at the corners of her eyes. "You're doing great," Caleb reassured her. "Just keep going. Don't mind them." Despite her nerves, Sam found herself starting to enjoy the dance. Caleb's encouragement gave her a small boost of confidence, and she managed to keep up with him. But as the dance ended, the whispers and laughter grew louder. "Did you see her? She can't even dance," one woman sneered. "She looks so foolish," another added, not even bothering to lower her voice. Sam felt like she was shrinking, wanting to disappear into the floor. She fought back the tears, determined not to cry in front of these people. But before she could say anything, Caleb stepped in. "That's enough," he said firmly, his voice carrying a note of authority. "She's my guest, and she's doing just fine." The women fell silent, surprised by his defense. Caleb turned back to Sam, offering her a reassuring smile. "Let's get you home," he said softly. Grateful for his kindness, Sam nodded. Caleb escorted her out of the ballroom, and they walked together in silence to the entrance. As they stepped outside into the cool night air, Sam took a deep breath, feeling a sense of relief wash over her. "Thank you," she said quietly, looking up at Caleb. "For everything." "You're welcome," Caleb replied. "You did great in there. And don't let those people get to you. They don't know what you've been through." Sam nodded, feeling a mixture of gratitude and sadness. She had kept her promise to Lucy, but the evening had been more challenging than she had anticipated. As Caleb helped her into a cab, she thought about Lucy and how much this would have meant to her. In the morning, Sam hurried to Lucy's ward, eager to tell her about the evening at the ball. But when she arrived, she was shocked to find Lucy's bed empty. Panic gripped her until she noticed Caleb standing by the window, looking somber. "What are you doing here? Do you know Lucy?" Sam asked, her voice trembling with anxiety. Caleb turned to face her, his eyes filled with sadness. "I did know her. She was my sister." "Was?" "No, it can't be." Sam cried, tears welling up in her eyes. "She told me to go to that ball. I should have stayed with her." Caleb shook his head gently. "That's what she was like. She always knew what was good for everybody else. I guess you finished her list." "Thank you for that." "Anybody would have done the same," Sam said, her voice barely above a whisper. "But only you did," Caleb replied kindly. "I am sure a girl like you would make a great doctor. And I will make sure you have this opportunity." He handed a check to Sam, the amount enough to cover her education. "How did you know?" Sam asked, her hands shaking as she took the check. "Lucy told you, didn't she?" Caleb nodded. "She did. She also wanted you to have this." He handed her the deck of cards that Lucy used to play with. Sam looked at the cards, her heart aching with a mix of sorrow and gratitude. "I guess my future is in my hands now," she said softly, holding the cards close to her heart. Caleb smiled warmly. "Yes, it is. And I know you will make the most of it." Sam felt a wave of determination wash over her. She would honor Lucy's memory by becoming the best doctor she could be, helping others just as she had helped Lucy. As she left the ward, she felt a sense of purpose stronger than ever before. She had a future to build, and she was ready to embrace it. Write in the comments what would you have done and subscribe to our channel D-Dam Mix.